the great Ernie Wilkins took the Duke Ellington theme song, Take the A-Train, and made a special arrangement for Harry James. I always thought it was an extraordinary version of A-Train. I love the way it builds. Here's Harry James, Take the A-Train. Harry James, Take the A-Train. You know, you might say that Harry James was one of the very first to discover the talents of Frank Sinatra. Frank was singing at the Rustic Cabin over in New Jersey. Harry happened to catch him on the radio, and he thought to himself, wow, this guy is something else. He ended up hiring him, and I often wonder, whatever happened to Sinatra? I guess he did something with his career. I don't know for sure.
Change the alphabet from A to Z. Teach the fish to walk the sea.
Sinatra with a fine vocal group. I think I heard June Hutton's voice in there with that group of singers. Don't change your mind about me. I got an email from the son of one of my former listeners when I was in Providence. Girl's name is Gert Massey, and she used to listen to us when I was at WHIM in Providence back in 1948. She was a kid then. Now she's she's alive and well. Somewhere in her 70s. She's got 5 kids, Gert Massey. I had thought of her over the years a few times. She always used to send me a birthday card. What a kick to hear from her son. I'm going to have to get in touch with her. I understand she runs an antique store somewhere in Massachusetts. Gert Massey. I love hearing from people, and if you want to get in touch with us, we're at www.1370walk.com. Our mailing address is Box 230 in Patchogue, New York, 11772, Box 230, Patchogue. And the phone number, you can always get through to us at 631-955-1370. Love to hear from you. Love your comments. And keep in touch, will you? Here is the great Joe Wilder, trumpet player. Benny Goodman liked Joe very much, often worked with him. Joe liked Alec Wilder's music very much, and when he did an album called The Pretty Sound of Joe Wilder, he included this song. Also worked with some great players, Hank Jones on piano, Irby Green, trombone. This is good stuff. It's so peaceful in the country. Joe Wilder and Friends. The pretty sound of Joe Wilder and Friends, and it's so peaceful in the country. It used to be more peaceful than it is now. Of course, you can still find very peaceful spots, but the island is getting kind of built up, isn't it? My gosh. Not like it was when I was a kid. We used to come out to Babylon. It was really country in those days. Got some great Glenn Miller music coming up here on WALK, 1370 on your dial from Patchogue, and on the World Wide Web, www.1370walk.com.
We take you to the Glen Island Casino in New Rochelle, New York.
NBC invites you to listen to Glenn Miller's music. Welcome to NBC's Dinner Dance Session, in which we present the popular young designer of devastating ditties, Glenn Miller and his orchestra. The program coming to you from way up Westchester Way at the very smart Glen Island Casino on Long Island Sound, just outside New York City.
You've often heard me say that my three favorite girl singers of all time are Carmen McRae, Ella Fitzgerald, and Sarah Vaughan. Here's another great favorite that hasn't been heard from lately, but she made some beautiful recordings back in the 60s. Lurleen Hunter. This girl is just so great. I remember writing to her when I heard her for the first time. She blew me away. Listen to the beautiful sound of Lurleen Hunter. Crazy He Calls Me.
I say I'll move the mountains, and I'll move the mountains, if he wants them out of the way. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love, I'd say. I say I'll go through fire, and I'll go through fire, as he wants it so it will be. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love, you see. Like the wind that shakes the bough, he moves me with a smile. The difficult I'll do right now, the impossible will take a little while. I say I'll care forever, and I mean forever, if I have to hold up the sky. Crazy he calls me, sure I'm crazy, crazy in love am I.
Jimmy Jones at the keyboard. If I have to hold up the sky. Crazy in love am I. What a warm and wonderful sound. Lurleen Hunter. Crazy He Calls Me. I wonder if she's still around. She'd be, I guess, about 74 now. Lurleen Hunter. We'll be playing more of her because we have a lot of her material now. We acquired some great CDs, reissued stuff. She's quite a favorite. She's been considered a very collectible singer. Fortunately, some of her best stuff is now available on CD. Steve Kuhn at the keyboard with his trio, Will You Still Be Mine? Here's Jerry Vale, remembering Russ Columbo.
Poor butterfly, 'neath the blossoms waiting. Poor butterfly.
I ran into my friend Joe Mordeni yesterday, and he said, you know, it's an interesting thing about the Glenn Miller music. Many of your listeners may not have heard it years ago, may not know about it, and you've brought it back to them, and it's a sound that they enjoy. And, of course, if you live through those years, it's very evocative and nostalgic and just so great to hear it. And that's why we play it every day here on Memories and Melody.